motion, flexibility, strength, anything like that? Anybody have any questions? Yeah.
Flexibility.
Flexibility, okay, we're going to need that today. Anybody else?
Is anyone sore after Tuesday? Yeah.
A little bit. Well, hopefully the movements today will help you get a little bit loose, work out that soreness. Is anybody where they need to be? Can everybody see? Can everybody hear? Ryan, you're good? Okay. Just kind of spread out really nice. I like that. So today what we're going to be doing is aerobics. And what's fun about that is we're going to be combining everything that you guys have been taught or learned through the last several sessions. It's going to combine range of motion, flexibility, strength, dynamic movement, all of that. And we're going to bring it all together so that you can move really, really well today. So it's going to be fast-paced. It's going to be fun. We hope you guys have fun. And we're just going to take it from there.
So let's get started with our warm-up. We're going to march in place to start. We are going to be doing lots of marching in our routines. So get ready. Really make sure you're focusing on your balance when you're doing this dynamic movement. Go at whatever pace you need to go at with just warming up. Ready to get warm? Yeah. Okay, we're going to move into the shoulder stretch that we did out the past couple of days.
Pulling one arm across your body, pulling it in the shoulder.
We're going to be doing lots of overhead reaches, so this is really important. Your shoulders aren't tight. Switch. Okay, we're going to do some neck twists, so look to your left. Switch. Switch. We'll do some side steps. Whatever pace you need to go at. If you can hear the beat, you can move good. Don't slip on the mat. We're going to move back into a march. How are we doing now? A little bit warmer? Yeah.
Getting excited about what our other songs and dances might be?
Okay, let's get behind our chairs and do a quadricep stretch. Sinking your feet down to the floor. Side stretch. Let's all go this way first. Switch. Go ahead and relax. Instead of shaking out. Feeling ready? Please dance.
Alright, so really quick, the really different exercise that we do, just make sure that you're really warmed up. Who remembers the tricep stretch? Perfect, yeah, so make sure you really hug that ear. Bring that elbow back behind your head, hold that nice and tight. Hold that for a second. Make sure you breathe, open up that chest. Looks really good. Hug that ear, hug that ear. Looking really good. Alright, go ahead and switch. Reset in the middle, you too. You too. should not see your ear. Awesome, looks really good. Okay, next what we're gonna do, if you remember the squats in the chair, we're gonna go ahead and get in front of our chairs. Alright, make sure you have your arms out in front of you for some balance. Take this as slow as you need to make sure those legs are warmed up. Squat down into your chair, and then quickly pop back up as quick as you can.
Sometimes a wider stance helps with this as well.
Hands up in front of you.
There you go.
Make sure you keep that chest up.
You got it.
We're not moving.
Slow and steady.
Right, keep your chest really
Nice. Really good to see you guys not depend on your arms to push yourself back up as much anymore.
Alright, and on your last squat, go ahead and sit down in your chair. We're going to review those twists.
You got it. There you go.
Alright, so remember, it's going to be opposite arm, opposite leg. Go ahead and get your arms set. There you go.
Remember to keep your chest up and be open. Good job, guys.
Good job. We're going to be doing a lot of twisting. So make sure you get this down if you haven't mastered. Looking good, Kim. Alright, go ahead and do your last few. Alright guys, looks good. Awesome.
All right, so we can start. All right, everybody. So this first song that we're gonna do, there are some dynamic movements that I'm gonna show you guys before we get started. The first one we're gonna be doing is just marching in place. I will kind of have a little bit of a bounce that just helps me keep rhythm. But you guys can just simply bring your knees up. If you need to stand with a chair as your support, you can stand to the side and march, or if there's space, you can have it in front of you. But I think that might be a little bit of a challenge, whatever is comfortable for you. The next movement that is going to be in this routine is a side step with a reach. It's going to look like this. Bring it in and then switch to the other side. If you don't want to add the reach, you can simply just hold onto your chair and kind of go to the side, or even just do a side leg lift, if that's what works for you. The next movement that we're going to be doing is very similar to that one, where we're going to reach in front of us and extend our leg behind us, kind of like a lunge, and then bring it back in and then switch legs. If that's too difficult, you can hold onto your chair in front of you and simply do a back leg extension, or just step behind you, however you choose to do that. And the last one that we're going to be doing is kind of like the twist that we were doing in our chairs, so we'll be standing up, we'll bring our knee in, elbow to our knee, and back down. We'll be doing one side, and then I'll cue you guys to switch. If that is difficult, you can also sit in your chair and do that. And one more thing, if at any point you feel that you're off beat or you need to regroup, you can always just go back to the marching and either stay there or then jump in with us wherever we are in the song. You guys have any questions?
We'll also be giving you water breaks between each song, so don't worry. You'll get a little break.
You guys ready?
Yeah.
All right.
Stand up. Let's do this.
All right, everybody ready? Let's start marching here. Just a second. Opposite arm, opposite leg. Lots of fun.
Woo! Knees as high as you can.
All right, now we're going to do the side reaching. Opposite arm, same arm and leg reaching opposite directions.
There you go, good job, Amanda.
Okay.
Got it?
And now we're going to go behind us. Ready?
Make sure those chairs are behind you.
It's looking awesome. we're gonna go back to this side. Reach. 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 Nice job, guys. Awesome. All right, when the chorus starts, we're gonna go back to the march. All right, marching.
I'll try to all be together. Adjust.
Alright, I'll be watching you guys. Alright, back to the reaching. Go. Sorry.
Amazing. Over here. Beautiful.
Right, other direction.
Alright, I'll reach behind. Or reach in front, step behind. Alright, when it first starts, we'll go back to the marching.
Let's march it, let's work.
Right, left, right, left, right, left, right, left.
Alright guys, nice job.
Good job.
Again, so great. You can go ahead and get a water break.
Water
You guys
break.
need it. Sit in your chairs, take a breather.
I know, I'm
If you guys want, you can bring your waters back.
All right, you guys ready for the next set? We're all watered up, hydrated? Yes? So, I have, in my song, I have 4 different ones, so marching please. Pretty easy. No, 4 moves. Oh, okay. And then the next one after that is, we call them foot claps. Take opposite foot and hit, or hit whatever, opposite foot to opposite hand, so like this. So you're clapping your feet together. And then we're going to go into bouncing lunges after this, for those who were here last class, bouncing lunges. At any point during the song, you want to just do a static one, you can do static.
Just hold it.
Or you can go fast, or you can just go slow. It's your call. And I'll say switch, and then we'll switch sides. And then the last one is side step squats. So you step to the side, squat. Step to the side, squat. And the modification for this is just do a regular squat in your chair if you want. And just hold. Come up, down, hold, come up. Pretty easy, right?
What if they can't do the leg clap? What's the modification?
The leg clap that you can do is the glute extensions. So hold on to your chair. Ask you to for me. Beautiful. Just like that. And then when I say switch, opposite.
For the bouncing lunges, should our back foot be completely on the ground?
No, don't like, are you talking about like this or like this?
Like that.
No,
So
toe up. So
Okay.
plantar flies. Not. This is more of a stretch. So lunge like this. Any other questions? Let's get my song on. So we're gonna go ahead and stand up. Come on, guys. Let's get pumped. Let's do this. I just gotta find my song. Here it is. All right, let's march. And foot claps. Here you go. Get ready for those lunges. Now, lunges. So, good. Use your balance. Use your balance, you can hold on to your chair. Good. Switch. Good. And get ready for those side step squats.
Guys, the form looks great back here.
Step, side, squat. We'll be here for a while. So, don't kill yourself. Wait for it. It's coming. And now. You can hold it as low if you want. Switch.
Deep breaths. Might get a little bit more comfortable.
Get ready
Guys,
for
you
those
guys
squats.
are
Now.
Shape it up. Get straight. Go forward. Move ahead. Not too detached. It's not too late. To
Thanks,
make it
Brian.
into shape. Shape it up.
Almost there.
Go forward. Move ahead. Not too detached.
I think like 10 more seconds left.
To whip it. Whip it good.
Good job, everyone. Woo! Go ahead and get some water if you want some water. I know I need some.
You guys are looking so awesome up here. Nicely done.
How's everyone feel? Warm?
Very good.
Let's do 2 deep breaths together. Ready? Breathe in. Breathe out. Breathe in. Breathe out. Okay, we're gonna move into our final aerobic routine, and then we'll have a cool down. So there are lots of exercises in this. Some of them have already been done. Some of them have not. So Caroline's gonna demonstrate them before we move into the routine. The first one is our classic march in place. Favorite, opposite arm, opposite leg. And with this, you can really go at whatever pace you need to. I know we're setting a beat that's kind of fast for some of you, so feel free to take it at whatever beat you need to. Then we're gonna do our overhead reaches, but they're gonna be a little bit quicker pace. We'll lean to the side, bring our legs back together, other side, back together. Like Caroline's doing. And then we'll do heel taps. So you'll extend your leg out in front of you and then tap your heel to the ground. And then alternate. If you want more of a challenge, you can put your arms in it too. This will kind of test your balance, so be cautious of that if you have trouble with balance. Then we'll do side toe taps, which are kind of like heel taps, but you use your toes and you go out to the side. Again, you can use your arms in this as well, but it'll make it a little bit more challenging. And then we'll do leg claps again, like we just did. Okay,
You ready?
so let's all stand up. Switch sides. Let's go ahead and go back to our quadricep stretch again. We did a lot of marching, probably tight.
Hold on to your chair.
Yeah.
Really drop that knee to the ground. You can also feel it in your hips a little bit.
Keep those hips square with your chair.
Go ahead and switch. Okay, let's.
Alright, the next stretch we're gonna do is we're gonna do some hamstring stretches where you're gonna just kind of like let your body fall over your hips and reach to the floor as much as you can. If you can't reach past your knees, that's totally okay. And you can also hold on to your chair for a little bit of support if needed. Alright, and then just slowly roll back up. Slowly, slowly. Alright. Looking great, Brandon. Alright, and we're going to go back down. The same stretch. And we're going to try to keep the back straight. Don't forget to breathe.
actually gonna handle. That's really good.
You guys are all so much more flexible now than you were.
I know.
I'm so proud of you guys.
Look at how far you've
Alright, we can
come.
slowly roll back up. Keep in mind you do have your chair for support if there's a little bit of a head rush.
Now let's go into one of our favorites, the cat-cow. So we're gonna test your ability to get down. We're all gonna kind of be watching you. Not really assisting you as much because we want to see how much you're capable of doing. So go ahead and get down. That was so good.
Nice to meet you.
I so
Oh, okay.
How do you guys feel today? Great. Alright, and once you're on the ground, everybody, get on by one.
Come on.
Alright, so once we're on the ground, we're going to get on all fours.
Oh, I could just stay there.
And we're going to go into the cat-cow stretch.
Right.
Right. Alright, everybody. Let's go to rounding our backs, pulling our belly buttons in, remembering to breathe. Deep breath.
Tuck that chin into your chest.
And now release a deep breath, and we can go ahead and extend our back.
Spinal flexion.
Breathe in some more. Now the cat stretch. Or is this the cow? This is the cow.
This
We're
is
in
the
cow. We're now in cow. No, cow. All right, now we'll go back into the breath. Everybody bring our tummies in, round our backs over.
You cat. Break the back.
Remembering to breathe.
It's imagery.
Then go ahead and exhale and go back into cow. This is great.
You guys can move back to child's pose. We did this in the very first class. Do any of you remember it? Yeah, a lot of you do. Good job. That was great.
So reaching your arms in front of you.
It helps to have your legs straddled out a little bit outside of your hips. Put your knees up, like greater than your hips. There you go.
Awesome flexibility now. So proud.
You guys look much farther back than you did the first time.
You can go ahead and reset at any point if needed. Sit up, take a breath, and then you can drop back down into the stretch. Alright, then we're going to get back up onto our feet. Slowly. We're going to kind of do a hip stretch, which looks a little bit like a lunge, but we're going to keep our heel on the ground. Really try to feel it in our hips. Move forward a bit.
You can use your chair if you need to.
Kind of hinge your hips forward a little bit, leaning into the stretch. And switch. So slowly bring yourself back into center, yep, and then reach back with the opposite foot, keeping your heel on the ground. Anyone have any questions with this stretch? Alright, we can bring back up into center. We're going to do the tricep stretch again that we did earlier. So reach up with the right arm behind you, pull it down.
Hug your ear with your arm.
Alright, go ahead and switch. stretches or movements that they really liked from previous classes that they'd like to do right now. And share with the class.
Daniel?
Yes, we can do the wrist stretch. So reach your arm out in front of you and then pull your fingers back.
Does anyone remember what day we worked this on? What was that focused on though? Yeah! Good job, Mallory.
And we can shake that one out and do our left arm. So left arm in front, pull your fingers back. Alright, go ahead and shake that out. Are there any other stretches you guys want to do before we...
We can do one more, and then we're gonna wrap up.
Nobody?
Calf stretch.
The calf stretch?
Okay.
We can do that one. So everybody get behind your chair.
Put your chair on your mat.
We're leaning forward. Does anyone remember what day we worked on this?
The second day.
Yeah. Remember what the focus was?
Flexibility.
Flexibility.
Yeah. Alright, we can go ahead and switch. How's that feeling for everyone? So your heart rates have come down since we were dancing a bit. All right, and that's, unless there's one more stretch anybody would like to do, that concludes our stretching. Good job, everybody.
How did that feel for everybody? Hope you guys had fun. So, like I said earlier, today was just kind of a culmination of everything. Do you guys have any questions about what we did, or do you have any of you want to share like your experience or what you thought was your favorite?
I have a question. If I'm gonna do this on my own, should I try to combine the days or do the sequence?
Well, today is kind of we did do a combination of things today, just from picking things from each day and kind of pulling it all together. So if you can pick like a favorite thing that you have from each class and put it together. So it could be a combination of I'm going to do a stretch, I'm going to do something with flexibility, and then I'm going to do like heel taps or something like that. So you can really make your own routine, or you can stick to what we did today if you can remember those circuits. And you can just make it your own. Just make sure you have either somebody home with you just in case something happens, or that you have like something to hold on to, kind of like we had chairs for you, and that you're doing it just on a soft surface, like a carpet.
Was there any one day that was most applicable to you and your activities of daily living that you participate in? Yeah. Today?
Yeah, because I
love music. Okay. Anyone else? Yeah.
I need to work on my flexibility.
That's a really important thing.
How many of you notice an area of improvement? There is. Yeah? What about you, Brendan? What did you notice?
I noticed that my leg strength has increased.
Good. It's important. Anybody else? Areas of improvement or something that they felt like they did really well on?
Alright, I have a question. Do any of you guys feel that your confidence has gone up in your ability to get to the ground and get back up off the ground? That was one of our objectives. You guys all feel like you can do that on your own now? That's awesome.
You guys looked really good with that today. We really didn't have to assist you very much. That was good.
It's really encouraging for us to see that you guys were learning that skill. So nicely done, everybody.
Thanks for coming to eat.
Thanks, guys.
Slowly
Yeah, honestly, he's probably gonna be late. It's such a slacker, too.
Yeah.
Like, I don't know. I don't want to be mean, but like, it's honestly gonna be better for everyone if he just doesn't show up. Like, Brendan, he's so bad.
Lane, what a sissy.
Really? Like, I feel like you have to try to be as bad as he is. Like, we try to help him, and it's just in one ear and out the other. It's kind of pathetic.
Honestly, he's not even an athlete. He's probably someone speaking to you.
Oh,
Hey,
hey, Daniel, we didn't see you.
how long have you been standing there for?
Long enough. If you guys have a problem, you can just come say it in my face. You guys really think I'm that bad?
Daniel, buddy, we don't think you're that bad. We know you're that bad.
Come at me.
Like, actually,
You don't want that.
Come at me!
Oh, Brennan, kick his butt. Damn, Daniel.
next. Whoa, what's going on here?
Coach, he's not able.
You can handle it, coach.
Really? All I see you do every class is just sit on your fat butt. All day, every day.
Really?
The student has become the Shifu. See, if these guys knew how to keep their egos in check, they wouldn't be in this situation. I'm Shifu Daniel.
I'm Shifu Cade.
I'm Shifu Tyler.
I'm Shifu Brendan, and today we're going to be focusing on reviewing strikes from previous lessons and applying them appropriately in self-defense situations.
But before we get started on that, we want to outline our objectives with you guys one last time.
So, our first objective, as you guys should all remember, is to maintain safety in a safe environment at all times. Key in this is to maintaining that space cushion and just being aware of your surrounding at all times, as well as staying on task and listening to our cues. Also letting us know if you ever feel threatened or unsafe anytime, or just letting us know if you have any questions at any time. And remember to use your surroundings, as we have these mirrors all around us, to benefit your learning.
Again, for you guys, our second objective is that we maintain a high level of energy and involvement without ever compromising the safety of ourselves or the safety of those around us. So again, it means using the mirrors, having plenty of space, listening to the cues that we give you, and just giving it your best effort for our last class.
Again, our third objective is for you guys to develop a sense of confidence and competency in self-defense situations so that you guys can remain calm and collected and know exactly what to do.
And then our final objectives, which are specific to today's lesson, are reviewing and remastering everything we've learned so far. So our strikes, our defensive maneuvers for avoiding punches, our knees and elbows, and our kicks, which we learned last class. And finally, we kind of want to really touch on that third objective. We want you guys to display that confidence and competency in the scenarios that we do in class. So we really want that to come to fruition here today.
So, going off that, we're going to break off into 4 groups. I was going to switch off into 4 groups. We're going to just practice everything that we've learned so far. So again, our strikes, knees, elbows, kicks, and our defensive maneuvers. Our goal here is that we get a lot of reps in and a lot of individual feedback so we can really master and fine-tune the skills that we've learned so far.
1, 2, 3. So you guys are going to stay in this corner right here. And yeah, that's fine.
Hey guys, how's it going today? Target's the best spot. So,
I'm gonna work with you guys on those defensive strategies for avoiding punches. So can you guys remind me what those are? Do you know the names of them? The blocks of the maneuvers that you guys do. So you're doing a duck. Yeah, that's good. So that's for avoiding hooks. Yeah. And then we also have the block. Which you can do the head or the body. We have parrying, where we bat the punch out of the way. And then we also have which those can be used for those straight punches. Yeah, whereas the duck, that's more for duck. So keeping that in mind, we want to touch on all of them. Are there any one of these that you guys feel a little iffy on that you want?
Kind of the same idea as trying to open up that hip. Yeah, good. Just like that.
The block,
Bending that knee.
yeah, those are tricky. We can start on those, and then we'll move on to the other ones too. But we're gonna partner up, so I'm gonna pull you guys. So it doesn't matter who.
And that's if you're going to.
That's nice, cool. So go ahead and get in line facing each other. If you remember when we learned this, we had one person who's the attacker and one person who's the defender. So go ahead and pick who's going to be defending first. You'll be defending until I tell you to start. Okay. Amanda, I'm going to have you defend. Okay. And let's spread out again. We can go, yeah, a little more straight from each other. Alright, so we're going to start with those blocks. We're going to start with those blocks to the head. So, Lauren, you and I are going to throw a combination of left hook, right hook, left hook, right hook. Okay. Your guys' job is to start in that stance. If we're throwing a left hook, that's coming to your right side. So first, if you guys remember the cues on this one, you go from your defensive stance, you send that hand back, and that elbow forward to protect the side of your head with your forearm and your shoulder. So you're going to do that here, recover back, left, recover back, right, recover back, left. Okay, so we'll throw a series of 4 punches. Alright, ready? Go ahead. Good, that looks good. And remember, when you guys do that block, you don't want a space cushion, you want to keep it close against your head. Because if I'm actually hitting you and there's a gap, yeah, you'll hurt yourself. So let's try that a couple more times.
Start with the knees. We're going around
So now we're going to move on to that body block. So this one, if you guys remember, it's like you're making that side crunch. So you're making yourself small.
You can either grab my shoulders.
Yeah, you can bend your knees and you want to tuck your crunch forward. Sorry, tuck your core forward and sideways. And you want to keep this hand up. So same thing, we're going to start on that left side, right, left, right. Or your guys' you're going to block your right arm comes down. It stays up, so you want it to make it long. But you don't want it to drop. You want your upper body to bring it down. Okay, good. Go ahead. Oh, sorry, that was my. Oh, yeah. Oh, now you really exaggerate that tuck. There you go. That's better. Here we go. So now we're going to switch roles, or you're going to defend. Amanda, do you want to practice throwing, or do you want to practice defending since I'm working with you?
I could practice defending still.
Great. So Caitlin, you're going to start with that. Left hook to your head, right, left, right. And Laura, you're going to start with defending your right side, left. Okay. There you go. Good. All right.
So I throw hooks. No, sorry.
You're still defending. I'm going to just you. I'm going to go head. You just go the head.
Yeah.
Head. All right. Or like I can't remember which arm goes when you check the left and right. Yeah, good. You want to keep it close to me here. You don't want there to be. Go ahead and get a couple more reps in. Good. Good work, guys. Now we're going to move on to that block
Any questions
again.
on the knees?
So now you're gonna
Turn that,
yeah. Okay.
now we'll start.
Here we go.
Elbows, we'll start with the cross.
So body first and then
Yeah, we'll start with that right cross elbow. Good.
yeah, there's a little bit of gap still. You kind of want to almost slide it. Yeah, you want to cover your face as much as you can. Especially because I have small fists. Right. So
Okay, if you're touching yourself, that means that you're leaning a little bit with the fist.
good job, guys. That's
Tuck
looking
it
good.
into the
So now
opposite
we'll do one of those
collarbone
ducks
so that it
really
doesn't
quick.
happen. That way it's
So
only
the same person who's throwing is going to throw. The same person's going to be on the defense. So if you just remember, you're making a U with your head to the outside of that punch. So if Amanda throws a right hook at me, I'm going left to the outside of her arm. If she throws a left one, I'm going right. So go ahead and practice that over and over.
The direction thing gets me like,
I'll throw again.
right?
You want to, yeah, because if you were to go that way,
Right.
you'd pop up into my punch.
Try to get a little bit of rotation to the because if you're just kind of throwing the elbow, like
Alright, let's go ahead and switch roles now. Same thing, good. I can go either side, so I can go left again,
yeah,
so
like,
just mix it up. Yeah. Nice job. Good. Alright, so last thing we're going to review is those parries and those slips. So one of you is going to throw 4 straight punches. You're going to parry the first 2, slip the second. If that makes sense. So just bat them out of the way, and then once again, you're going to slip to that outside of the punch.
Parry and slipping like the same.
So parry, parry, slip, slip. Okay. Wow.
Elbow, left cross elbow.
So now let's switch roles. So the other person's defending and the other person's throwing.
Just you can like mix it up too. You don't want to like.
Yeah, you can do whatever you want. Sorry.
Oh, it's like.
Wait, it's time.
Yeah.
Do you guys have any last questions about our defense? It's looking good. Kung Fu! Fighting! Kung Fu! Fighting! Alright guys, great work. You're all gonna rotate one station clockwise.
Hey, that's what. So, what did you guys just do on that last one?
Walking.
Shifting the blocking. Okay, over here at this station, we're going to be doing knees and elbows. Before we start, do you guys have any questions about the knees and elbows? Something that just to re-communicate, or something that you have a confusion about? Or even one you guys want to focus more on, if that's what you guys liked more, or if that was harder?
Yeah, we start with our parry, then we also have our slip.
No? You guys are all masters at it?
Yeah, of course.
Yeah? All right then. Then I'll just kind of review just some of those cues for him. We'll start with the knees. So we're starting in that defensive stance, just kind of like how we learned that last time, but same with the kicks, how we're opening up that hip, because we're going to lead with that step. You guys are all righties here, right? So we'll start with that dominant rear leg knee. What we want to do is that first step, open up the hip. We want to grab their shoulders and pull into our strike. That way we're pulling into our push. It's going to create more force, and it's also going to distract our attacker, our opponent. They're going to be thinking you're coming for the face. Try and guard their face. They're going to be distracted by your hands. Come block up here, which is going to leave what you're trying to leave wide open. Same thing then, if we're trying to knee with our left, then we're just going to take a step, opening up our hips this way, into this with the knees there. Do that first, and then we're going to the elbows. So we have our right cross elbow, left cross elbow, right elbow up. left elbow up. Just kind of think of it as we're sweeping that cup off the table, trying to create that horizontal line while bringing our opposite fist or thumb to that collarbone. Just like this, that way we're not leading with our fist here, we're leading with the elbow in over here. Same with the elbow up. You don't want to lead with that fist like an uppercut. You want to keep this tucked to this angle here. So with this, you're going to again just kind of like block the hook. Yeah, good. With it behind your head. So if you guys just want to spread out a little bit on each other, we'll have a mirror. I'll just go around with the pads. You guys can practice. We'll start with the knees. And I'll just make my way through you guys connecting on the pad. You guys can either grab my shoulders or grab the pad as you're doing this, whatever it is. Oh yeah, I guess whatever. Comfortable. We'll start with just the right knee. Good, nice. Pull into that push. Get that step into it. Yeah, so you're gonna step, grab. Yeah, there you go. Good, if you feel to grab my shoulders or the bag, pull into the push. Good, good contact. Give you a little breather, we'll go to the left knee. Not one getting that's good. That's good.
The elbow, but remember, we don't want to stand down. So you want to send the back.
Nice, one more. Nice. Left knee. Yeah, good, we'll get you comfortable with these movements even if it's on your side. Good, pull into that leg. There you go. Good. So that left knee. Good. Good, one more. Sweet. Then we'll move into that right cross elbow. That right cross elbow. Good. So that right cross elbow. Nice. Feel free to smack it if you really want. I can take it. Good. Try and bring that fist to the opposite collarbone there. Yeah.
So are you using with this part or more up here?
Yeah, so you want to aim right here, not quite the apex of the elbow, but this flat part of your forearm. Yeah. It's going to make more of that kind of slapping sound on the pad as you get it, like that. Good. Move on to that left cross elbow. Actually, switch.
The last we're gonna go left, right, uppercut. Stand. Rear uppercut, forward, stand. Under the block. Hitting the chest.
Good. On that left cross elbow. Good. That's the slap and sound.
Yeah, I was like,
Good. On that left cross elbow. try and get that little bit of rotation in the trunk too. If that helps, instead of just pushing the arm out, helps
Kung
get a
Fu,
little power.
fighting. Kung Fu, fighting. Great work, everyone. Please rotate clockwise once again. Thank you. Thank you.
Sweet. So what have you guys got up so far? Yeah, so we just start. Okay, so this section is kicks. Is there anything that you guys want to go over?
I was here, but I didn't get to participate, so.
Okay. What about you?
Everybody's good.
Okay. So we have snap kicks where you start. So let's say we'll start backing it up. So this is the load part.
Start off with a jab, so one jab, one cross, left, right, left,
Strike at the top of your foot. And then for the lead, you want to step here with your planting foot this time. Same thing. So load it this way. So again, stepping off the right foot. Once your knee. Right foot. So it's a lot of balance like a plateau. Your roundhouse is pretty similar, but it's more of like a quick step, where it's not so much of a knee extension, but it's more full on like. And for that one, we're able to strike with the front side. So it's pretty much the same thing, or engaging more of your hips and really twisting with your face. So we'll start with the other side, so bring it up here, and twist it the other way. Try that.
Okay, so you want to make contact right here.
So you're going around, so you're not, it's also pushing against the tree. Or if then on the side, with grab it straight there. So try that again. So not so much. Kind of just, it's like a whip where and so you watch that. You can either switch your stance, which is what I prefer, but I think Kate was such a good house. Yeah, the way she does it, she steps forward, and strikes. But I feel like switching is easy, but also you maintain the same distance. You don't step forward into them. You just switch and then the same distance is good. So I switch, and then the same deal. Oh, also I forgot to mention, the side that you're striking, you want to bring your arm down by your side. And the other arm should cover your face. So with the again, switch. There you go. Push kicks a little so with both kicks and the dominant one, you'll start and end in the same defensive step. So you're not going to push and ending up further than you also don't want to where you, yeah, for your lead, you want to switch it. Start from here, pushing with the ball. Whichever one. Really and it just helps with you guys. It gives you balance. Yeah, so I was doing just one. So you can just lift up this part of your leg, sliding your support. Right? So that's the rotation. So not only are you doing that like this, but also over here for knees. Over here for the knee. So it's similar. It's a similar. thing, push with your hips to the back. It might be more comfortable for you to twist to the side instead of having, like if your hamstrings really tight, then you can, yeah. You guys got it? I'll work with Caitlin and Amanda, so, because they weren't here. I'll start with Caitlin, and then you can shadow box it. Let's start with Steph. Let's start with shadow box. Try your elbows.
You're hitting with that flat part of your second knuckle.
Now we can work with you pretty much got that.
Wait, this
For the strikes that you're drawing, so now that you're flipping, it's cross, hook,
Right, are you like going around?
It's more
Kung Fu! Fighting! Kung Fu! Fighting! All right, everyone rotate clockwise one more time.
Alright guys, so we're going to be doing strikes here, so like on our first hit, jab, cross, left hook, right hook, left hook, right hook, are you guys more confused on one particular strike over another, or you kind of feel pretty solid just keep practicing? Pretty good. So we're doing a jab, cross, like on our first hit, hooks and uppercuts. Are you more confused or you want more feedback on one punch versus the other? Okay, so let's just get in a bunch of balls. So spread out, if you want to see yourself in the mirror. And we're just going to go in order. So we're going to go jab, cross, left hook, right hook, so left hook, and right hook. So just keep throwing all those in sequence. And then in a couple minutes or after a couple rounds, I'll be walking around with the mitts that you guys hit with some contact.
So we're going to designate an attack.
that way you stay the same.
Just let me know if you have any questions.
You'll stay in that role until you guys switch.
Same thing as
So the attack is
So the jab goes across and then the cross goes across. So it's always like right to left.
For me, I don't like stepping into like, especially because I do it in the so I think it's amazing. I don't like stepping into
Left hook. Jab, so it goes across. So left, so jab, cross, left hook, right hook, then left uppercut. On all the dominant strikes, you're pivoting. So just get a yeah, right and left. So just keep shadow boxing. Let me know if you have any questions. So we left, dominant, or yeah, jab, lead first, across the body. So you're going with your left, you're aiming for the right side of the body.
Right, because it comes from
Always keep your elbows out. So make sure it's So you're showing that lead. There you go, first. Right.
Who balks at the camera?
You can start with the cross as long as you go hook and then hook cuts like that.
I'm low-key very proud.
So for these, you can you don't have to start with the jab, you can start with the cross, as long as after your second hook you go to uppercuts.
Kung Fu? Aye. Kung Fu? Aye. Alright, everyone come together. We're gonna come together in one big class. Go ahead and give us those shifties in the front. Maybe lead it or... Great work, you guys. That was looking really good. At least in blocking, you guys did a really good job of remembering those things. They came back to you all really quick. Before we get started on our next exercise, we want to touch on something we talked about in the first class, which is the mental stance of self-defense. So, how many of you guys watched Spider-Man growing up? Okay, so we've all seen it. Hopefully, we all remember that one line, with great power comes great responsibility. So we want you guys to remember that you guys have learned all these cool strikes, these punches and kicks, but ideally our hope is that you guys never actually have to use them. So, as sad as that is, we hope that you're never in a self-defense situation. Keeping that in mind, it's important to remember that our intention is never to inflict harm on anyone if we're in that situation, but rather to get out safely. So it's important to remember that if we're ever in one of those scenarios, our first thing we look to do is escape. If we can get out without any punches being thrown, that's our goal. If that's not an option, next we want to diffuse the situation, ease the tension, maybe talk our attacker down. Just calm them down. If that's not an option and they're coming at us swinging, what we want to do is be defensive first. So we want to use those blocks and things, or ducks, to avoid their punches. And finally, if that's not an option anymore, that's when we resort to throwing our strikes. So keeping that in mind, we're going to go into some scenarios, but we want you to remember that throwing strikes isn't our first line of defense, but rather our last resort when those other options don't work for us.
So yeah, keeping that in mind, that mental stance mentality, we're going to progress into our next exercise, and we'll just be applying what we've just learned into a few scenarios.
Before we get started, it's important to remember that there are countless scenarios we could be in, and there's also countless appropriate ways to respond, but we're going to focus on a couple specific combos that we think would be really helpful in these situations.
So the first scenario we have for you guys is really up close and personal, and it's when the attacker has backed us into a corner, or that you didn't realize the attacker was a threat until he's really close to us. So our goal is to create space from this. What moves that you guys learned that is able to help Kate create space from Tyler?
Slip.
Slip. Push kick? Anything else?
If you're striking them towards your face.
So those are all really good suggestions, but the combo that we want to give you guys to practice that you could use in this scenario, even though there are many that you could use, is jab, cross, dominant leg push, and then lead hook. Got it? Jab, cross, dominant leg push, lead hook. So the jab across create a little space for you. And then the dominant leg push gives you a lot of space.
That pushes them back.
Yeah, and then the lead hook just reminds Tyler to stay back.
So that lead hook, you're not even necessarily looking to make contact. That's just a reminder that like, I want to keep throwing if you keep coming at me. So go ahead and make sure you have your space windows. We're going to practice throwing that combo. Just to remind you guys, it's jab, cross. I think we're all right-handed, right-footed here, so it's going to be our right leg push kick. And then that left hook. So jab, cross, right push kick, left hook.
Guys, make sure you have plenty of space around you. And while you guys are practicing this combo, us Shifus are going to be walking around, giving you a chance to hit on the pad.
Good, jab, cross. Push kick. Yep,
You don't even have
even
to
if
make contact.
you don't make it. For the sake of reminding. That's no way, let's try it again. And then hunt. Good, perfect. Cross, push kick. Yep, good. Good.
And then, yeah, exactly. Nice, that's good. You can put it on that.
It's good, create that space.
Good. Maybe a little more snap, a little touch. Okay. Good.
Good.
Good, way to step back. I know it feels awkward, but that's good. You're stepping great to get rid of the space. Oh, okay. Yeah. Hello. Make sure the balance falls. Yeah. Keep forgetting them.
Okay, watch the concentration.
Good. And then go back. Okay.
Not necessarily to make contact. You create that space.
Sorry. No, you can hit me harder on those punches. Go for it. Okay. Good. Yeah, exaggerate that. Good. One more.
Kick, touch. Good, create that space. Yeah, don't tell them to stay away, I can't give that. That goes feeling it?
Yes.
Don't
talk in traditional.
What does that have to do with it? It's about jab cross.
Jab cross.
Stay away.
Kung Fu?
Fighting.
Kung Fu? Fighting. Did everyone get at least one turn on the bag? Yes. Alright, great. So now we're going to move into a second scenario, which is a little different. So rather than that close range or close proximity with our attacker, this is when we see from afar that they're coming at us swinging. So we know by the way that they're running at us that they're coming to throw a punch. We're not going to have the time to talk them down. So obviously, our first option here, the first thing we want to do is avoid that punch. Next thing we're probably going to want to do is throw a strike back. Like I said, they're coming in hot, they're mad. Them missing us is probably going to make them more mad. They're going to try to strike again, so we want to strike them first. So keep in mind, if they're in this scenario, what do you think Daniel would want to do first? What do you do? Perfect. What are some strikes you think that he could do next, possibly? Remember, he wants to create that space again. And like we said, there's countless ways to respond in these situations. What do you think you guys would do? Yeah.
Any others?
Fair enough. Well, those are all good responses. We came up with one combo, which is one option like we talked about, that we think we would invite you guys to do. So, we're imagining that Brendan's throwing that right hook because that's most people's dominant arm. So, Daniel ducks that first. We're imagining that Brendan's coming in with the second hook, this one the left. Daniel's going to block it. Next, he's going to throw a left hook back because when someone throws a hook, they're most vulnerable to another hook back. Good, so just to recover, it's that. Duck that to the left,
block to the right, throw a left hook. Then Daniel's going to use his non-dominant push kick or his lead push kick. For all of us, that's going to be our left push kick. To push right and back. Then he's going to hit him with that right snap kick to finish him off. Good. So to reiterate, you guys are all going to duck left, lock right, left hook, lead left push kick, right snap kick. Good. Any questions on that? Can you go over it one more time? Yeah. So if you guys want to watch me, you're going to duck left, block right, left hook, left push kick, right snap kick. And we can go over it a little bit more with you when we go you one at a time.
Yeah, so make sure you guys spread out. This one we're kicking, so make sure you guys aren't going to kick each other. Just to remind you one more time, duck left, block the hook to the right side of the head, left hook, lead push kick, right snap kick. We'll
And
come
make
around.
sure that when you're not hitting a bag, that you're still practicing these movements in the mirror.
So,
And give us a little patience on getting our bag ready between punches and kicks.
good, right snap kick. Good. And try to get duck. Good. Yeah? Yeah, let's try it again. Good. Ready? First, yep, duck. Snap kick. Good. Alright, I'm gonna go low.
Yeah, and really nail that last kick, that right snap kick. That's our finishing move.
Snap kick. Good. I'll try to actually take this time. Ready?
Throw that left foot back. Good. Push it back.
Yeah, try to get it back. Alright, ready? Good. Yeah. Good. Nice. Alright, ready?
Feel that.
Duck.
Feel it.
I love kicking.
Duck. You're gonna block. And then push it. Good.
Yes. I think adjusting to like the front push, like forward, like take it like it makes sense.
Alright, Allie. 6. Here we go. I'm going to throw this to you. Left foot. Good.
Yes, but I wanted to.
Nice. One more.
Jeremiah, do you good?
Good. There you go. One more. Alright. Kung Fu. Fighting. Kung Fu. Fighting. Kung Fu. Fighting. Really good work, guys. That was looking really good. Like we talked about, there are a million effective ways that you can respond in these situations, but way to focus on these combos and really nail them down. Go ahead and bring it on in, nice and close. You guys are super sweaty today.
If you guys have any questions on any of the things that we've done at all over our 5 classes, whether it be strikes, knees, elbows, kicks, or any of the defensive maneuvers, any questions, comments, concerns? You guys have any questions about any of the scenarios or the combos that we practiced just now?
Oh, 6, so you're all masters. They can be comments too, if you guys have any observations. We want your input.
I actually have a question. Do you know if there are any self-defense classes or gyms in Santa Barbara?
I know of a couple. There's Valhalla Gym, there's Paragon, and then there's other that are more like martial arts specific, but a couple of them have like cardio kickboxing, which is super fun. There's actually a pretty good amount in Santa Barbara. But, yeah.
How confident are you guys feeling in these basic self-defense situations? Thumbs up, thumbs down, somewhere in between?
I want to
Good.
point out
Same
that
thumbs up.
Yeah, I want to point out that it's okay if you're not feeling super confident. Like we talked about, this confidence comes with practice, and we hope that you don't have to practice this in real situations. So it's okay if you're not feeling like, if I got in a fight, I wouldn't know what to do. So that's okay.
Is there anything that we didn't teach that you guys would like to learn? Anything at all? Yeah.
Walking, kicks and stuff.
Anything else?
Anyone want to learn the flip from when Brendan flipped it from the first class?
Well, overall, would you guys say that you enjoyed yourself?
Yes.
Amanda, do you have a question?
This is just like a general question, but how do you guys think to pick Kung Fu and not other martial arts? Like, did it stand out to you in a way, or what made you guys interested?
I have a background in Kung Fu, and also when it came to the chant, we thought of the song Kung Fu Fighting, so that's why Kung Fu Fighting. That wasn't our approach. A lot of what we used was actually more boxing and kickboxing specific. But I mean, punches are pretty general. But yeah. Well, overall, we're really glad that you enjoyed yourselves. Our goal was to leave you guys with a more positive attitude towards striking and combat sports. Like we said, we hope you don't have to use it in the real world, but we do hope that maybe it's something you could use, like Madison brought up, to stay fit and stay active.
All right, so just to wrap up our time together, we have a post-assessment for you guys to fill out, similar to the pre-assessment that you guys got on the last day of swimming.
So if you guys want to go get a pen or pencil that we guys reminded you to bring last class, we'll fill those out really quick.